10 cities to visit in the Netherlands. With canals galore, beautiful gabled houses, world-class museums and more, Dutch cities are certainly home to some fine sights. Wandering around their cobbled streets or taking a canal boat along the waterways is magical, and there is a welcoming and friendly air about the country in general. Laid back, but with a sense of fun, exploring all that the best cities in the Netherlands have to offer will provide you with lasting memories. Before you know it, you may find yourself returning time and time again to the Netherlands. 10. Nijmegen. Lying on the banks of the river Wal, Nijmegen may be one of the oldest towns in the country, although many of its old buildings were unfortunately destroyed in the Second World War. Many of them were reconstructed, however, and some nice buildings still dot the center. With the large student population breathing life into this ancient place, one of the best things to do here is to walk along the lovely riverside promenade and watch the world go by. 9. Haarlem. A picturesque place that is quintessentially Dutch in appearance, Haarlem lies just 15 minutes from Amsterdam by train and is definitely worth a visit. With its lovely old buildings, twisting canals and cobbled streets, Haarlem is certainly charming, and there are many great artworks on display in its galleries and museums. At the center of the flower-growing region, when in bloom, Haarlem is a great base from which to visit the colorful fields. 8. Leiden. Due to its proximity to Amsterdam, Leiden is a great day trip option, as it has a host of things to see and do. Its plethora of canals, 17th-century buildings and narrow alleys give Leiden a charming feel to it, and there are lots of great museums to visit. With the oldest university in the country and a huge student population, there is a youthful ambiance to its old streets. There are also innumerable bars and cafes worth checking out. The birthplace of the famous Rembrandt, from Leiden, you can easily visit the nearby colorful tulip fields. 7. Groningen. Located in a rural and quiet part in the north of the country, venturing into Groningen's city center can be quite a shock. It is a trendy, lively place brimming with energy and is completely pedestrianized. An eclectic range of architectural styles can be found in the center, due to the rapid rebuilding of the city after it was almost completely destroyed in the Second World War. With a large student body, there is a vibrant arts and culture scene, as well as cheap restaurants and a lot of good bars to choose from. 6. Maastricht. Lying on the banks of the Meuse River, Maastricht's proximity to Belgium and Germany makes it a popular destination for citizens of both nations, as well as the Dutch themselves. A vibrant place, its streets thrum with life. Maastricht is home to a multilingual and multicultural population, as exemplified by its large student body hailing from all around Europe. As such, it is a mix of cultures and very different from other Dutch cities. This is demonstrated by its diverse and excellent culinary scene. With contemporary architecture lying next to beautiful old buildings, towering cathedrals and trendy boutiques, wandering along its bustling cobbled streets is exhilarating, the festive carnival being the highlight of the year. 5. Rotterdam. The second largest city in the Netherlands, Rotterdam is home to one of the biggest and busiest port on earth, with numerous waterways and canals crisscrossing the city. Having sustained considerable damage during the Second World War, the city is now characterized by futuristic and innovative architecture, although there is still an underlying grittiness to the place. Rotterdam is a lively and diverse place, with great museums, cultural attractions, and of course, fantastic dining and drinking options befitting of such a large metropolis. 4. Delft. A popular day trip destination, it is easy to see what makes Delft such an attractive option. With its lovely medieval center and picturesque canals crossed by brick bridges and lined with trees, the city is quaint and peaceful. Its most famous son, the painter Johannes Vermeer, is just one of many who has sung its praises over the ages. Famous for the distinctive blue and white tiles and ceramics that are produced here, visiting the Delftware factories is popular among tourists. But, despite its wealth of beautiful old buildings, it is the atmosphere rather than any particular attraction that makes it worth visiting. Try and stay for the evening, once the day trippers have left. 3. Utrecht. One of the oldest cities in the country, Utrecht's winding canals twist their way around its delightful medieval center, which has the arrestingly beautiful Domkerk Cathedral towering above it. Although the sprawling suburbs do not make the best impression as you enter the city, its ugly tangled web of roads are soon forgotten once you get a feel for this lively place with its fun atmosphere. Thanks in part to its huge student population, Utrecht has loads of cheap and cheerful bars and cafes, as well as lots of great eating options. Although there are not really many sights to visit, it is the ambiance of Utrecht that makes it a pleasure to visit. 2. The Hague. With the seat of government in the royal family residing within its confines, it seems slightly strange that The Hague is not the capital of the country. Grand mansions and canal houses line leafy boulevards, while embassies and government buildings surround its fine parks. It is much more laid back than edgy Amsterdam, and has a number of fine dining options and interesting museums on offer. Lying on the North Sea, it is home to Scheveningen, a very popular seaside resort in the country. 1. Amsterdam. Wandering along the cobbled streets that line the iconic canals, it is easy to see why attractive Amsterdam is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Europe. Beautiful gabled buildings and charming old bridges are everywhere you look. There are a number of world-class museums on offer, such as the Rijksmuseum, Van Gogh Museum and Anne Frank House. Easily navigable on foot, one of the city's main draws is simply wandering alongside its canals or taking a boat trip along their peaceful waters. With a youthful vibe and welcoming population, this liberal and cosmopolitan city has some atmospheric cafes and restaurants. It also has a lively nightlife in the form of clubs, bars and coffee shops, while the red light district is never too far away. A fantastic capital city with so much to see and do, just watch out for the bikes when crossing the road.